Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, actually today for a good chunk of you guys, well, the day that I'm recording this, Wednesday, the 11.6 update was released, and so too unleashed was the economic rework. The rework that Wargaming announced all the way back with the roadmap update back when they did that in, I believe, very early summer or late spring. That was finally unleashed upon everyone yesterday. Now, if you are watching, you're not familiar with exactly what the rework is and does, I have a full video detailing that. You can find that link in the description down below, or pin it in a comment, or shove it somewhere up on screen right about now. Editing Mountbatten, if you remember that. But anyway, a very quick overview of the economic rework is that, according to Wargaming, they wanted to simplify the economy and separate the cosmetics of the camouflages from the economic boost that the camouflages would give us, along with separating the signal flags and their economic boosts from one another, or in the case of the economic signal flags, just completely removing them from the game altogether. So what this means now is that you don't have to worry about what type of camouflage your ship has on it, because the camouflages are just purely cosmetic. So you can literally run your ship naked and still have economic boost on it. Which means that, yes, if you want to, you can go and sell all of your camos right now and be filthy stinking rich. If you haven't seen the subreddit, there's a lot of that going on right now. People are getting like 831 million credits for all their camos, and I probably could too, because I've been playing this game for 5 years and have literally thousands of these camos sitting on my account. But anyway, so now you can mix and match economic boost with camos, and you can, again, run whatever you want on your ship. And the economic boosts have been simplified into, well, basically about, I believe it's 4 or 5 levels of boost for each type of economic income. So for Commander XP, credits, free XP, XP in general, there's different boosts you can mount on your ship. You can also buy the permanent boost that replace the economic boost that you would get from the permanent camos for your ship as well. I think the mixing and matching the camos and the boost is a very cool aspect. I like that I can run whatever I want with whatever boost I want. I think that's pretty neat. It's kind of like World of Tanks. I think that's a good part from World of Tanks. Another major change that they didn't really tout too much is that the reduction in cost boost that some signal flags would give you, along with many of the permanent camouflages would give you, has been completely removed. So there's no way you can reduce the amount of credits that you spend in battle anymore. So your ship's post-battle service is now at full cost across the board. And many a player was worrying that, okay, now that they're messing with the economy in some way, shape, or form, we're going to get screwed on the credit income. And today we did a little test. I took out Techline ships from tier 7 through tier 10, so, you know, the more played tiers. I believe like tier 8 or like tier 7 is the most played tier. I believe it's like, if you average it out, it's like the most played tier is 7.5, so, you know, tier 7 and tier 8. And, well, I'll throw some of the results up on screen, and let me tell you, I was looking to have some mediocre matches, and boy, matchmaking was more than happy enough to accommodate me in that. Literally, until I got to tier 10, we had just straight loss after loss after loss. As you can see on screen here, these aren't really over-the-top games for any of these ships, and in fact, from tier 7 and 8, they're actually quite mediocre. I had a nice match in the Alsace, and then I had a very nice match in the Schlieffen, and yeah, we still made credits. Even on the matches where, like in the Bismarck, it's a loss, and I only did around, I think, 70,000 damage in the Bismarck, we still made 143,000 credits. And I'm running the exact same set of boosters on every single ship that you're seeing the results for. I ran the permanent boost that it replaced their permanent camos, economic boost, and then the same for modifiers. I simply chose the modifiers that I had the most of. I literally have like 4,000, 5,000 of each of these. I think they're the third. I'm not exactly sure what they're called. The third tier of modifiers for each of the economic items. So, yeah, even performing quite poorly in many of these ships, credits were still made. And it's generally, roughly, the amount of credits produced about what you would expect before this rework. However, of course, where the big bite comes out of your income is the cost spent on your ship's post-battle service and maintenance. That has, in most cases, increased a fair amount. The lower tier premium camos didn't really have a big hit on that post-battle service reduction. You could certainly mount signal flags and such to get it down by a fair bit, but if you weren't running those signal flags all the time, then you probably won't see too much of a difference in your income. And in fact, like Wargaming has stated, if you do perform better in the new system, the way that the economy now crunches the numbers, you will be earning more credits on average if you perform better. But where we start to see a big bite to that income is at Tier 9 and Tier 10, because the post-battle service cost really starts to ramp up. If you'll take a look at the Bismarck's post-battle service screen, well, post-battle report screen for your credits, you see that the Bismarck has a 75,000 credits cost to run in a game. Which, okay, Tier 8, pretty, high up there in the tech line. It's a pretty big ship you gotta maintenance, the Bismarck. I'm sure the Kriegsmarine had some time keeping her up and such. And then if you take a look at the Alsace, which let me find that up here on my like 20 different screenshots I have pulled up at the moment. The Alsace has a post-battle service cost of 125,000 credits. So just from Tier 8 to Tier 9, it's almost doubled in cost. Alright? So that's quite a bit. It's quite a big jump. And then we go from Tier 9 to Tier 10 with that Schlieffen game, in fact, the game that you are watching in the background right now, which was an absolute blast of a game. The post-battle service cost is 175,000 credits. So you're losing almost 200,000 credits off the top with Tier 10 ships. So yeah. It's not hard to earn 175,000 credits in Tier 10 ships with the setup that I have going, which again, it's just the premium bonus to the economy that Tier 10 ships have, and then the third tier of economic boost. It's really not that hard to earn that much credits in a Tier 10 ship. Oh, and of course, I am running premium time on my account as well. But yeah, you're not going to be able to pull that off in those matches where you get blapped in the first 4 or 5 minutes, or you go down before you have a real impact on the game. In those situations, you are going to be earning way less credits, and if you get really unlucky and get knocked out before you really have a chance to do anything, then yes, you are probably going to lose credits playing higher tier. Now, why do they do this? Because, well, they made a mistake when they introduced the premium Tier 10 camos that reduced the cost of the ship's post-battle service by 50%. It made Tier 10 actually one of the best farming tiers for credits, because you had a 50% reduction in that 175,000 credits cost off the top. Then you could mount, of course, the economic flags that could bring that post-battle service down even more. To where, again, Tier 10 was the best farming tier if you had a Tier 10 ship that you were good in. I even stated that in one of my top 5 credit farming ship videos. It was a Tier 10 ship with a premium camo, which on many cases cost quite a lot less than an actual premium ship. So they decided to fix that by, well, completely getting rid of that economic boost in this update. I forgot to mention this earlier, but the setup I'm running, the only thing that really is going to cost a player money today is the permanent economic boost that I have going on the ships, and then the premium time. Premium time is what I would highly encourage anyone that spends any significant time in this game to invest in. It pretty much guarantees you'll at least break even in most cases, even in this new economy, it seems. Now, the permanent economic bonus to the ships, the boost you get to that, it's not really significant until you get to tier 10, when you get that 50% credit boost going for your ship. Until then, it's only like it's 5% for mid-tier, then 10% for tier 9. And then when you get to tier 10, you get that huge boost. So even if you aren't running that economic package bonus in mid-tier ships, you'll still be performing about what you see here. And keep in mind too, many of these second-tier economic boosts that I'm running on these ships for this test, these are economic bonuses that I got from event camos and stuff. I've got literally 5,000 of each of these boosts for each economic income, for the credits, for the free XP, for the commander XP, so forth and so on. I've got literally 5,000 of each of those for those bonus, each, not all together, because that's how often they gave these out. That's on the average that I've spent playing this game over 5 years. It's about 1,000 of those bonuses every year. That's how common these bonuses are. So if you're not running the economic bonus package for every tier except for tier 10, you'll probably be seeing very similar results to what you're seeing here if you run premium time, which they also give out quite a bit of here. So again, they're focusing on making tier 10 more expensive, because if that Schlieffen game, if they didn't have that 50% bonus going on with the Schlieffen, then yeah, I probably wouldn't have seen anywhere near the level of profit that I had seen beforehand. So now you have to do like players had to do before we had these premium camos at tier 10, and that if you weren't a above average skill player that could constantly perform well at higher tier, you now have to run at mid tier to earn credits in order to fund higher tier gameplay if you can't perform consistently at higher tier. Now that being said, again, from my testing here, again, none of these matches were uber spectacular. The Schlieffen game was a pretty neat game. It wasn't like an insane, 200 and something thousand credit game, though. It was, I think, a little over 110, 120, if that. And I still managed to make a fair bit of credits in this match as well. But again, if you're one of those players that maybe struggles at higher tier, you're going to find yourself playing mid-tier a lot more. And why do they want you playing mid-tier a lot more? Well, because the longer you spend in this game, the longer you spend playing in this game, the more likely it is you are to spend money on this game. Or, of course, buy premium time to try and just negate this all in all. And again, this match, all these matches, in fact, again, premium time, third tier boosters, or second tier boosters. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Editing me will put it up here. So, yeah, that's what the economic rework is like. It has also tremendously increased the value of premium ships. So you might be wondering, how valuable are premium ships now? Well, premium ships, if you don't know, have a built-in economic boost in them, on top of their premium camo boost, well, the premium economic boost they have now, and on top of all these other boosts. How would a premium ship do in this new economy? Well, I got my answer really quickly. So I went back and I'm like, okay, so what premium could I take out? I was thinking that's not really that great, that we could get a pretty good idea of how important these premium ships are. Thought, oh, the California, the tier 7 premium American battleship. It's not a very good premium. I wouldn't recommend you guys get it. And I was looking to have an exceptionally mediocre game in this ship, and boy, I had a terrible game in this ship. So in this game, we lost. I only did 30,000 damage in this match with the California. 36,540 damage. I citadeled a ship once, had 16 shells on target, and I spotted one ship. Okay. Anyone take a guess how many credits we made in this match with the California? Again, running just premium time, the same boosters that I had on the other ships for the duration of this test. Well, I made essentially the same amount of credits that I did in the Alsace in that match where I had 130,000 damage done in the Alsace, and I think I had like two point something million potential damage done, along with several other things like defending the cap, getting defend the cap ribbons, and such. I made 193,000 credits. So a tier 7 premium ship that I just putted around in for like 10 minutes before I got sunk. Before I don't think I even lasted 10 minutes. I think it was like 6 or 7 minutes. I got sunk fairly early on. I made just not even 20,000 credits shy of what a tier 9 tech line ship did with the same economic boosters besides the built-in premium economy. So, yes, premium ships are much more valuable now in this economy than ever before. Obviously, another goal of wargaming for sure. They want to give premium ships a much more standout economy than they had beforehand. Because, again, you could get a tier 10 perma camo on your favorite tier 10 ship that you could do good and consistent in and not have to worry about credits ever again. And that is what the economic rework is like. It's put more emphasis on premium ships. It's put more emphasis on being able to perform consistently at your tier. The only real major impact that we're going to see in this economic rework is at higher tier, particularly at tier 10. We have that massive 175,000 credit reduction. Even at tier 9 with 125,000 credit reduction, again, it depends upon what ship you're playing. I think most players will be alright. Again, if you can perform well, if you're an average player, I think you'll be okay. If you're below average, then you may start running into some issues with credit production, and you are going to have to play mid-tier to fund your higher tier gameplay. Which, if you look at other free-to-play games like War Thunder, is like standard practice in that game. Has been standard practice in that game for quite some time, and that's again been standard practice in World of Tanks as well, which is essentially what the system is from what we've seen here. But guys, that's what's going on in the economic rework. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you all having a wonderful Friday. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 40,000 subs, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys having a wonderful Friday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.